Namaste and welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to learn about the dedicated freight corridors in India. The dedicated freight corridors are one of the flagship projects of the Government of India. The responsibility to undertake planning, development, and mobilization of financial resources and construction, maintenance, and operation of the dedicated freight corridor comes under the Dedicated Freight Corridor Corporation of India Limited, or the DFCCIL. The DFCCIL is under the ownership of the Indian Railways. The DFCCIL was registered as a company under the Companies Act of 1956 in 2006. The Dedicated Freight Corridor project was first proposed in April 2005 to address the needs of the rapidly developing Indian economy. The existing quadrilateral railway network, also known as the Golden Quadrilateral, which links the major metropolitan cities of Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, and Kolkata, is unable to support the growing demand due to capacity constraints. A dedicated freight corridor was required to address these concerns. As of now, only two corridors are under construction: the Western Dedicated Freight Corridor, or the WDFC, and the Eastern Dedicated Freight Corridor, or the EDFC. The route of the Western Dedicated Freight Corridor, running from Dadri in Uttar Pradesh to Jawaharlal Nehru Port in Maharashtra, passes through Vadodara, Ahmedabad, Palanpur, Fulera, and Rewari. This section of the corridor will be a double-line electric track. The total length of the Western Dedicated Freight Corridor is 1,504 km. The route of the Eastern Dedicated Freight Corridor, running from Ludhiana in Punjab to Dankuni in West Bengal, passes through Asansol, Gomo, Sonnagar, Mughalsarai, Kanpur, Khurja, and Saharanpur. The 426 km Ludhiana to Khurja section of the Eastern Dedicated Freight Corridor is a single electrified line, while the rest of the corridor is electrified double line. The total length of the Eastern DFC is 1856 km. This corridor is having a 46 km branch line joining Khurja on the Eastern Dedicated Freight Corridor with Dadri on the Western Dedicated Freight Corridor. As of now, both the corridors are under construction, but few sections of the corridors are operational. The operational corridors are New Rewari to New Madar, New Madar to New Palanpur, and from New Palanpur to New Mehsana. In the Eastern Dedicated Freight Corridor, Dadri to Khurja branch line, Khurja to Bhavpur, New Ganjkwaja to New Chiraila Pautu, and from New Chiraila Pautu to Sonnagar were made operational. The Western Dedicated Freight Corridor is being funded through a loan from Japan International Cooperation Agency, or the JICA, in two phases, whereas the Eastern Dedicated Freight Corridor is being executed in a phased manner with funding from the World Bank for the 1192 km section. The 126 km section of the EDFC is being funded by the Ministry of Railways, and the remaining 538 km is being funded through public-private partnership. If the dedicated freight corridor project is completed, around 70% of the freight trains currently running on the Indian Railway network are slated to shift to the freight corridors, leaving the paths open for more passenger trains. The average speed of the freight trains on the current Indian tracks is around 25 km per hour. Once the dedicated freight corridors are completed, the average speed will jump to about 65 to 80 km per hour. The dedicated freight corridors will also ease the burden on the national highways connecting major cities. It will also help India to improve its ranking in the Logistic Performance Index, and will also help to reduce the high logistic cost in India, which averages from 13% to 15% of the product cost as compared to the global average of 6%. The total cost of both the Eastern Dedicated Freight Corridor and the Western Dedicated Freight Corridor are estimated to be rupees 81,459 crores, or approximately 12 billion US dollars. The Western Dedicated Freight Corridor and the Eastern Dedicated Freight Corridor are expected to be fully operational by 2024 and 2023 respectively. Apart from these two corridors, some more corridors are proposed. East-West Dedicated Freight Corridor, about 2000 km, starting from Dankuni in West Bengal to Palghar in Maharashtra. North-South Dedicated Freight Corridor, about 975 km, connecting Vijayawada in Andhra Pradesh to Itarsi in Madhya Pradesh. East Coast Dedicated Freight Corridor, about 1115 km, starting from Kharagpur in West Bengal to Vijayawada in Andhra Pradesh. Southern Dedicated Freight Corridor, about 892 km, connecting Madgaon in Goa to Chennai in Tamil Nadu. That's all in this video. Thanks for watching.